I recently got married, and the apartment I'm staying in now has a really bad heating problem. It's gotten to the point that I can't actually record audio without an AC unit on. I simply overheat. Honestly, another reason why I've been having difficulties making videos is because the videos themselves are going to be very text-heavy and involve a lot of coding and showing how coding works. And frankly, I just don't know how to show that properly.
Well, it's been long enough. It's time for an update.
I thought it would be a good idea to discuss video game places and how they're dealing with COVID. If you're in the Puget Sound area, it honestly gets kind of confusing. The big places, like GameWorks and Round 1, are closed. However, not all the places are closed as they should be. The Jupiter Bar has opened up and has their hours from 4 p.m. to 10 p.m. However, a smaller arcade like Quarters is closed until Phase 4, while TikTok is open on Phase 3. Meanwhile, in Spokane, the same state but different county, things work a little differently. For example, the FFC Wonderland Golf is quite open. I know, because that's where I had my reception. Meanwhile, the Jedi Alliance is wondering when they'll ever open up. Another major franchise in Spokane is Videogame, found on Sprague. It has had to close its doors temporarily because the owner is, well, a bit old, and it would be a really bad idea to get him sick. Even its competitors, found down the street at Game World, have spoken highly of the store and wanted to return because of just how important it is to the gaming industry in Spokane. My basic assessment is the owners have to make a decision, and they often do it based on what they see around them. Can they make people sick or kill them? And if they feel that this is possible, they simply close down and wait. But funding is difficult. If you can't pay rent, you can't have a company. Much as the Craze, found in Rexburg, Idaho, has been around for 12 years now, has had to close its doors on August 15th. I just realized that my brother had his wedding reception at the Craze, which means we've started a family tradition without realizing it. It was also the place of one of my first investigations into video game places. I'm talking 2013 at best. I got to interview the people, they seemed really nice, and it just seemed like a really fun place. In that same idea, the absolutely amazing live-action RPG area, Evermore Park, is having financial difficulties. And with COVID, they haven't been able to pay people or pay off loans, which they've been working on and not doing very well at for a long time. It's a big question on whether or not it will survive. To give you an idea of how cool it was actually being funded by The Void, a really big interactive VR place where you actually moved around to be in the area. And this, Evermore Park, was even bigger than that. The Void itself is also going through financial difficulties, as Disney has just removed them from their Disneyland area and removed the rights to things like Star Wars and Wreck-It Ralph. Other places like Meow Wolf, which is just like Evermore Park, only a lot more artsy, are having to hold back until they feel safe. However, they're still moving forward with plans in places like Las Vegas and Santa Fe.
Things are really up in the air for the video game meeting places. Some bars are open, some aren't. It's really up to the people who are investing into it and what they want to do. Do they feel safe doing this? But they're also having to do things like pay rent, do mundane things like feed their family. And they don't really know what to do. For example, in Portland, all the arcades are closed as far as I can tell, and many of those people are really suffering because they don't have other means of income. Quarter World has had to rent out their games just to make money. They're doing pretty well at it, but it's still not the same. So we don't know what's going to happen next, and it's just a lot of waiting and hoping things work out.